What's going on? This is City Wrestling Radio, and this is yet another classic, wonderful, retro pay-per-view review. This week, we're doing a Halloween Havoc, WCW Halloween Havoc 1998, a show that was I think, said by a lot of people, or as quoted as being, it was interesting. I think that was my quote.
Yeah, it's a Halloween show. You know what I mean? And it had its scary moments.
You're right.
It had its tricks and its treats.
That's for damn sure. But I'm your host, officially representing the NWO Wolfpack. I am Korey Smith, and joining me. Did they do the West Side thing?
Nash did both.
Oh, Nash did. I mean, it would be
because
Nash.
The Wolf.
He's so hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't want to throw up the WP anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And nowadays, I'm just like, no. I'm just gonna say Wolfpack. You know?
That's reasonable.
Nonetheless, I'm your host. I'm Korey Smith, being joined via internet Zoom chat, just like everybody else in the world on every single podcast. Mr. Jose Oseguera. How
are you doing? How's everybody out there doing? Especially you, my favorite listener.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll go first. You asked me first, so hold on, please. I'm doing good. Another day in paradise. Like I said, Halloween Havoc 98. I finally got through the show, I think, yesterday, the day before recording this. And
I took 2.5 viewings, too.
It was a task. It was a task.
Yeah. It was long.
It was definitely long. Before we're going to talk about the whole show. There was no pre-show. This is actually playing the same night as we did earlier. We did the Sunday Night Heat review, and if you didn't watch that, I mean, first off, just hear about us talk about a fucking bullshit episode of Sunday Night Heat. But yeah, this is like WCW. Not in their prime. I wouldn't say in their prime. I think this is when they're starting to teeter over. You know what I mean?
They jumped the shark when they split NWO into two.
Yes. No, absolutely. Well, I think they jumped a shark when they started forming.
Okay, no, for real, they jumped a shark the night that Hogan screwed Sting at Starrcade 95.
Okay. Well,
96?
I mean, I think they really jumped the shark when Evel Knievel jumped the shark on live TV. No,
it was Fonzie.
But this pay-per-view was known for one of the worst matches in WCW history.
Oh my God!
Warrior versus not the Ultimate Warrior, but just Warrior versus Hollywood Hogan. Because
and they really missed out on a really clever angle and a marketing opportunity with the One Warrior Nation. So it's NWO in reverse.
Yeah. No, you know what? Even when I was a kid, I'm gonna talk about real quick when I was a kid watching this, because I remember the One Warrior Nation. I remember I was like, oh, is this gonna be like some stay? And I was just like, that's dumb. It's just NWO backwards. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? To me, it just wasn't. It didn't click with me.
It's because they dropped the ball with the marketing on this. Yeah. It's a good idea, but they just didn't run with it.
We have
why? Because Hogan had his jaws clamped down on. Eric Bischoff's junk.
But my official overview of the show was this was a 3-hour and 16-minute pay-per-view, which if you remember watching it live, which I don't remember watching it live. I remember watching it later because I was a WWE kid at the time. My dad was a WCW fan.
I was WCW 100%.
But this is a 3-hour and 16-minute pay-per-view, which I believe the last 16 minutes of the episode or the pay-per-view was cut off because it ran over on pay-per-view. So a lot of people didn't even get to see the main event, which I fucking thought was one of the matches of the night.
It was the match of the night.
Diamond Dallas Page versus Goldberg. Yeah. I will say this: the commentary team of Bobby Heenan, Tony Schiavone, and Mike Tenay were absolutely fantastic.
Refreshing from today, right?
Because I will say this: well, Tony Schiavone is just he's a godsend.
He's Tony Schiavone.
Yeah. Even though that they had moments where they're talking over each other and they're trying to call spots that aren't even happening, but they're trying their hardest. Like, there's no earpiece in their ear. There's nobody in their ear saying, say this or say that. Get this line.
They're just listening to themselves and talking. Yeah,
you can tell in moments they see something happening weird in the ring, and they're just like, "Oh, that was a unique maneuver that they're done by Wrath." You know what I mean? Things like that. And they were trying their hardest, but they were actually calling the show and not reading off of a script. And
let's not forget that at this time WCW was flying by its pants seats, and they were writing on as it came.
Yeah.
So things could have been changing. There could have been script changes 5 minutes before the announcers even knew.
Yeah. Well,
which it makes it kind of authentic.
Yeah. I mean, I think what I'm trying to say is compared to WWE, where WWE said you have to say these words over and over
don't
again.
say these words. Yeah.
Which, okay, I will say this. I will defend WWE in the sense where they're over they're over management. Like Vince McMahon's what's the word I'm looking for? Like he's just overbearing about how everything's done in a particular way.
Yeah, he has like an OCD about him, about his
show.
Which
does make WWE, it gives it a distinct look. It looks professional.
Yeah.
Even when you're watching some of these retro episodes of Heat, like we are every single week here on YouTube.com. I haven't even gotten to our social media plug. So, but there's some moments in WCW where things just kind of happened, and you're like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like
even the announcers are like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, like a lot of production errors, even within the arena on TV. And I know there's some, redubbing of music and things like that, but there's just little things here and there that just don't make fucking sense. Where in WWE, I will say this, with Vince having the oversight on everything, it's a clear, concise vision. At least it was. Now he's all over the fucking place. But that's I think why WWE really won the Monday Night Wars. But that's a whole
there's a bunch of reasons why they won the Monday Night Wars. But I will give WCW credit during that Hogan Warrior match. There was a super huge botch. We'll talk about it more later. But I think that the finish.
You mean the whole match
on the fly?
The whole match was.
I think that the match was changed on the fly. Yeah. And they recovered and still stayed relevant to the angle and the whole build up to that match.
Well, we're going to talk about all of that. Before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the little thumbs up and bell down below at CWR415 on Twitter if you're into that. Or check us out on Facebook and Instagram at City Wrestling Radio to stay up to date with all the good shit happening in the world of wrestling. Because, every week we do our retro heat shows. Every week, me and Michael do the B Show, where we talk about NXT and AEW. That's the B Show on YouTube.com/ I'll just say /City Wrestling Radio. Just search City Wrestling Radio and YouTube. I mean, it's
do the search. We'll come up.
Yeah, we are on the road to run 100. So, guys, when we get the 100 subscribers, I will get the Cody tattoo the temporary tattoo on my neck, and we will review, I don't know, Collision in Korea. Sure, why not?
Well, that sounds like a good one.
Anyways, let's get into the full show. So this took place October 25th, 1998, from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, which I believe is actually not Las Vegas, Nevada when I was looking it up, because I guess some of the strip resides in Paradise, Nevada.
Really?
So I didn't know that. So the entire Las Vegas strip isn't in Las Vegas. Didn't know that, and I learned something new today.
But me too. I was today years old when I learned that.
So there you go at home. If you're ever in a bind and you're drunk and you're walking down the strip and you're like, hey, what city is this? Because they're going to try to rob you. You're like, it's Paradise, man. They're like, oh, this guy's a local. Don't mess with him.
Mm-hmm.
We just saved your life. So,
I crossed counted nines.
Yeah. We kick it off with, like I said, the commentary team of Bobby Heenan, Tony Schiavone, and Mike Tenay running down the card. I do love how Bobby Heenan, he's running down the card very seriously, and he's just, talking about the history of Warrior and Hogan, and all of a sudden he just stops, takes off his headset, and then just puts on like a little mask and goes, boo! to Tony Schiavone, and just
he was trying to get his attention for the longest, and Tony wouldn't look.
Tony Schiavone,
like, come on, look at me, look at me.
I love how Schiavone's just ribbing him, kind of ribbing him the entire night. Like he's just like, no, you're lying, Heenan, you're lying. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then
We get told that the streak is online because we know that Goldberg has been on a streak. Do you remember what they said his
9
win streak
million.
was at?
No, I don't fucking know.
It was like at 165 or something
Yeah,
like that.
this is the most exaggerated point. I think it's going to come to an end soon. I believe because I think did it end at 187?
Something like that, yeah, at Starrcade. So it's soon.
But Kevin Nash, right?
Yeah, cattle prod.
Yeah, because Scott Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has to be soon because they were feuding, and we thought they were feuding, and then
yeah. And we also get reminded that Hogan and Warrior, this is rekindling their feud from 8.5 years ago,
from
9
New
years,
York.
10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's just okay. So, I guess we'll talk to the build of that match when we actually get into them.
Mm-hmm.
We kick into our first segment of the night. It's just the Nitro Girls dancing in the
I
ring.
miss them so much.
They were dancing in the ring, and
Mrs. HBK was part of that first crew, formerly known as Whisper. Fire was not there. She was absent, I think, but Shay was there. Shay was one of my favorites. She's the short, I believe she's Filipino.
I had no idea. When I was a kid and I remember the night, my dad loved the Nitro Girls, but my dad was like a Jerry Lawler type when he like saw things like that on TV. Yeah. Woo, puppies. And I'm just like, even as a kid, I'm like, yeah, that's great and all, but like, what do them on TV do for me here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to get like weird, but like, I'm like, that does nothing for me. I'm sorry. It's just girls dancing. And if they were like, hey, Korey, we're going to meet you next week and we're going to take you out to dinner, I'm like, oh, okay. I'd like to talk with you and maybe, have a life and a relationship and we grow old together and have kids. And then you die. And then I fly up into the sky with balloons out of my house.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you remember who the leader of the Nitro Girls was?
There was a leader?
There was a leader. There was a girl that introduced a woman.
It's Stacy Keibler.
No, negative. She was not around yet.
Good guess, though. I don't know.
Kimberly Page. Diamond Dallas Page's wife. She was, I don't want to say the worst dancer, but she wasn't up to par with the other girls. Yeah. Because they were all professional dancers, and she's
she's
the
leader.
She's more of an actress. She was the leader. She introduced it. I'm not too sure whose idea it was. I'm gonna guess it was Bischoff's idea, but it may have been Kimberly because Diamond Dallas Page has been known to have a little bit of stroke backstage.
Yeah. I mean, he's been in WCW for a long time, so.
Yeah, I mean, he was well into his 40s, maybe late 30s when he won his first title.
Yeah, I mean, he started wrestling in his 30s.
Oh yeah, and that was in the 80s.
Yeah, no, it was early
90s. He was the manager to the Diamond Stud.
Yeah, Scott Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then we have Mean Gene on the entrance ramp. Gene welcomes.
Yes.
He welcomes Rick Steiner out to the ramp. Rick says, "Tonight, Scott, he isn't my brother. He's just another opponent. Gene, it's the Hound and the Pound, and I'm ready to get down." And I was like, okay, that was the strong words from a very strong man.
Yeah.
I feel like that should just be like the random like fill-in phrase. Yes, strong words from a strong man. Next. Yeah. But out comes Buff Bagwell, and Bagwell says, last week, he goes, it was a misunderstanding, but I've had enough of Big Papa Pump, which I don't get why he said it was a misunderstanding when like he hit Scott Steiner, or he tried to swing at Steiner with a chair.
Yeah.
So, okay. I mean, maybe a flub on lines, whatever, but it's Bagwell. So, Bagwell adds that he goes, NWO doesn't work one-on-one. Let me watch your back tonight. Woo, 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 woo. Mm-hmm. He barks, not me. Rick doesn't believe it, Bagwell, but Bagwell says he's done with the NWO, so Rick agrees. He's like, all right, let's do it. And Rick Steiner is I guess he's a Steiner. That's just, it runs in the family. And when Scott Steiner turned heel, like they were both just like, well, let's let both the crazy out. Mm-hmm. Like in different ways, know, but I feel like Rick Steiner definitely got a little bit more into his dog character at this point.
Yeah, and everybody that joined him as a tag partner, they did the filler role, where they turned into Scott Steiner light.
Oh, where they had to be the dog.
Yeah,
it happened.
They had
in
to
the
be
match,
the dog catcher. they rounded him up, and then they got behind him and held him by the neck. It's
yeah. We kick it into finally our first match. Literally 12, 13 minutes into the pay-per-view. Raven versus Chris Jericho. So Raven's been on somewhat of a losing streak as of late. He comes out
losing members of his flock.
Yeah, Jericho. He comes out to his future WWF theme song.
Well, that was nuts, right?
I don't know. I mean, did he have a song that was like a popular song?
No,
I understand
his song was like a WCW version of grunge back then, like maybe Pearl Jam or something.
Because
like
I can understand the Hogan overdubbing because he had Voodoo Child as his theme song.
Yeah, and you have to pay royalties.
WWE is not paying royalties for a Hendrix song. You know what I mean?
No.
So, but he comes out to the ring before the match. Raven says, "Well, obviously, I've been on a losing streak, but it's not in my control. What about Raven? I wasn't scheduled for a match. I went to bed at 11 o'clock this morning." I was like, I don't fucking care, Raven. You're a wrestler, dude. Get in the fucking ring.
Didn't you know there was a pay-per-view? Come on.
Jericho gets the mic and says, "Raven, I don't want to wrestle. That's okay with me. I don't want to be here either. But all the Jerichoholics came to see me in action." Jericho says, even if they don't fight tonight, he'd probably beat him in 2 minutes because he doesn't have it anymore. You loser. Raven runs to the ring. Jericho begins kicking Raven. Jericho rips off Raven's jacket and whips him with it. You know, there's one thing I will say about this tonight, the entire night. These fucking WCW referees.
Oh my God, they let everything go.
They're New Japan referees.
Dude, low blows are
low blows, chair shots,
yeah,
fucking whips with multiple clothing items,
weightlifting belts,
jackets. Jesus Christ. Raven sets up the stairs, suplexes Y2J. I'm just going to call him Y2J. Just get used to it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know I'll do it even in AEW reviews. I'll try to say Jericho. Jericho gets suplex belly first into the stairs, which looked pretty bad. Raven uses the stairs as a ramp for a running drop kick back in the ring. Raven poses, then Jericho poses. Jericho drops Raven throat first onto the ropes, landing into a springboard drop kick. Raven then whipped into the ring, and I wonder when does this 10 count begin? You know, like the refs are just...
It's at the referee's discretion. Just like, come on, guys, get back in the ring anytime now. 1. Hey, guys, come on. You're being outside for a long time. Let's get it in. Okay, I'm going to start again. 2.
Hey, guys, like, let's just... I mean, it's just, to me, it's I don't know. It's...
No, I feel you.
It's a bit much. Anyways,
that's why the 20 count is better.
Yeah. Raven then whipped into the ring. Oh, that's why I already said that. Raven bites the face of Chris Jericho. Turnbuckle steel is exposed, and Raven hits a power bomb and catapults Jericho into the exposed turnbuckle. Jericho applies the Lion Tamer, but Raven gets the ropes. Jericho's livid because he thought he won. We have a DDT to Jericho, followed by a kick out. Canyon is for some reason on the outside, but they don't really show him. But he's out there, and you can see him out there on the side. Jericho, I mean, he gets on the edge of the ring, the apron.
Yeah, the apron, yeah.
Jericho or Raven kind of like almost runs into him, and yeah, Jericho applies the Lion Tamer and wins. It was a really weird, convoluted finish. It was a good match.
I liked it a lot, but it's this is in hindsight comparing it to the whole totality of the pay-per-view.
The Jericho, the way he won with, him, like Raven getting, confused with Canyon being out there, and then he's tossed into Raven and rolls up Raven into a Lion's Tamer, which didn't even look like that good of a Lion Tamer. It didn't even look that good. I could probably apply a better Lion Tamer. Like, whatever. Jericho doesn't even have it right here. I'm kidding.
And I would say that the original Lion Tamer looks much better than the Boston Crab that he does.
Oh, today, yeah. One or two spots that were kind of scary in this match, but overall, a great, fun way to start the show.
Hot opener for me. Yeah, I really enjoyed this, especially after going through the rest of the pay-per-view, and then I realized how good this match was. And we got to realize that this is peak WCW Jericho. This is as good as he's going to be under
no Ralph is yet,
thumb.
But
Yeah.
Um,
But this is a major title. What was it? The TV title. He held the TV title.
Yeah.
This match was for the TV title.
It's on par with
So
the
yeah,
TNT title.
what's that?
It's on par with the TNT title today in AEW.
Exactly. So give Jericho his props from back in the day doing his thing.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. It was great. Like I said, great fun match to begin the show.
Hmm?
Then we have Hogan and Bischoff coming out to cut a promo. Hogan is coming out in like I said, the generic NWO theme. Hogan is the one wrestling shirt that has always eluded me. The NWO Monday Nitro T-shirt. Like I want that shirt so badly.
Is it the one that has like a tribally tattooy?
Yeah, it just says
design?
it has the NWO logo, and then under
Uh-huh.
it, and then saying WCW Nitro. It says Monday Night Nitro, just like the actual logo, and it's black. And
Oh, okay.
white. Let's see.
You're not gonna find that anywhere unless you make it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Let's see. I can't help but notice how much. I guess I won't say how much, and it's the only time I'm going to mention this dude's name on here. How much Donald Trump talks like Hulk Hogan in the late 90s. He's like, Hogan is so bad. It's great for this WCW world, and I'm going to show you to the promised land. It's going to be great. And I'm just like, oh my God, dude.
That's where he gets his. He watched a lot of Hogan.
It's great. I can't take it. Hogan, his
Look,
promo sucked.
Donald, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
This is what you got to do, brother.
Hogan says,
you just can't use brother.
Hogan says, when Hollywood's plane hits the ground, they all cheer for Hollywood. Hollywood is the man. Hollywood doesn't pull any punches. Dude, I don't pull any punches. I'm the man. Hogan then recaps Nitro beating down on his nephew Horace Hogan the week before.
And NWO Black and White is a pretty lame stable, right?
It's like Hogan and Jobbers.
Yeah. Oh, so it's Virgil,
Vincent.
Norton, but that guy was a beast in Japan.
Yeah.
The Giant, the Big Show.
It's Scott Steiner.
Yeah. Stevie Ray and Horace. Oh my God.
His nephew, Horace Hogan. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, the non-jobbers is cigarette smoking Giant and Big Papa Pump.
I totally don't remember. I was like, why is Giant smoking a cigarette?
It looked like the tiniest thing too.
Anyways, well, it wasn't a full cigarette. He somehow had like a half-lit cigarette. Like it's like he had it there from earlier and like left it there.
Yeah.
It's like a home. Like I don't know. I'm not making fun of him, but I'm saying like I used to be homeless, so I can say this. Like I used to I'll put a cigarette. Like I'm gonna put the cigarette right here on the outside of the store, so I go in the store and then I come back out and smoke my cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Nowadays, I'm like fucking disgusting. But
yeah.
Hogan is just rambling on. Basically, it takes him 5 minutes to say that he can beat the Warrior down, and he'll beat down. If he can beat down his own flesh and blood, what will he do to the Warrior?
Mm-hmm.
And he's just literally rambling for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Hogan?
Yeah. And you notice in the crowd, anybody who cheers for Hogan is like Hulkamania leftovers. Like there were kids when Hulkamania was around.
Yeah. Well, I was a Hulkamaniac when I was a kid.
Everybody was, you know what I mean? But like these older dudes just gave that vibe, like Hulkamania forever, man.
When Hogan turned heel, I was in Olympia, Washington, at my cousins visiting them, and I get the call from my dad. We're not watching the pay-per-view because I don't think they're not ordering like every pay-per-view. My dad ordered every pay-per-view, and I'm just like, and my dad calls me and he's like, Hogan's a bad guy now. I'm like, I told my cousin, and my cousin had one of those like, what's it called? The little My Pal things, the little stuff. Remember the little plushy?
Yeah.
And I told him, and he cut the head off of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, I hate you now.
So it ruined. I mean, it really got to a lot of people. Sorry, I need to send a text. Okay, yeah. So,
dude, I marked out when he turned heel. I marked out. I was like, NWO is unstoppable. This is gonna be awesome because I already was like, ugh, here comes old ass Hogan with the save. He's gonna save the day again. Oh wait, oh my god, this is so awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, no. So I don't know. It's Hogan. At this point,
you know what else is awesome?
What?
We get to see Meng versus Wrath.
Well, hold on. Before I notice this, I just wanted to point this out, and this is the first time I've noticed this. I know they overdub music, but I did not notice how they blur signs. There was a couple signs blurred, which, you know, I'm sure were vulgar, but I'm sure...
extremely vulgar, because they let a lot of them go.
But what have we seen any, like, Vince Fears ratings type of signs?
I've never seen that, and I'm pretty sure a Vince sucks dick is blurred out. I'm pretty sure, you know, anything that says Vince's name on it on a WCW show is blurred out 100%.
Yeah. But as you were saying, Meng versus Wrath. This match got about 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it was a match.
You know, Meng is very stiff and very, you know, he's one of those guys that's always been, you know, a mid-card, you know, beast. And
he was King Meng for a while.
Yeah. And Wrath, you know, he has his accolades too. The Atom Bomb, remember
Atom Bomb, yes. And he
from All Japan. He's All Japan Tag Champ.
Wasn't he? Was he in Chronic? Or it was somebody else?
I think you're right. I think it was
Brian Adams. Was that Brian Adams?
Or I don't.
We're really showing our asses here.
I think he is Brian Adams because he was called the Atom Bomb.
There we go. Meng knocks Wrath out of the ring early. Cannonball to Meng. The two exchange strikes. Flying clothesline to Meng. Shivani states, "Well, Wrath didn't think that he'd win with a flying clothesline, but you know, it's worth a try to win the match anyways." That's just it's an example right there of, you know, the commentary actually just calling the match. Like, as a fan, like, because you would see moments where, you know, in wrestling, like, oh, he hits a clothesline, he goes for a pin, and you're like, you're not gonna fucking get the win, dude. We know how this works. But for Shivani just to say, well, you know, it's worth a try to go, because sometimes you never know. You know?
Yeah, but you got a 2 count out of it. Not like today where the 1 counts rule everything.
Yeah. Meng bites Wrath. Then I don't know what I wrote there. But, this is 2 matches in a row with biting involved to begin the night. Uranagi to Meng. Meltdown, which is a pump handle slam to Meng. And pin in the win for, what was his name? Wrath.
Right. This is a semi squashy.
This match went by fast, and it wasn't horrible.
No,
I will say
but
that.
It was a little squashy, and I don't know why it had to be included in the pay-per-view.
Dude, there's so many fucking matches that happened tonight that did not had to have happened.
This could have happened on an episode of Nitro.
And I'll get
leading up to.
Yes, just like another match.
Just like the match that's coming up.
Just like the match coming up. But first we have Lee Marshall backstage. Literally for fucking 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes.
That was his name. I was blanking so much.
Just interviewing Billy Kidman. These segments don't have to be on for 2 to 3 minutes. The pay-per-view ran over on like the date aired. People didn't see the main event because a lot of this shit didn't need to happen. Sorry. I'm caffeinated up and I'm angry. I'm angry at WCW.
It's a very validated rant.
My dad never got his refund for that show. I want that refund.
Yeah. No. So,
but
direct satellite provider. Get his money back.
What was it? No, we had cable. We had cable. So.
Okay. So what was Comcast before it was Comcast?
Viacom, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was Viacom at the time.
Viacom, give us the money back.
Disco Inferno versus Juventud Guerrera.
Without the mask.
This is after Juventud Guerrera lost his mask in a mask versus mask match, I believe. I don't remember who it was against. Was it?
Oh, come on.
Was it Ray?
Le Champion.
Was it against Jericho?
It was against Jericho.
You're right. Oh, because it was, I think it was hair versus mask, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he came into the ring wearing it as a necklace.
That's right. I remember
and then he had the big list, the first list of his 1002 holds.
Yes. Disco Inferno's music hit, and I popped. I mean, I'm sorry, but every time I hear Disco Fever, I'm just like, Disco Fever. I was such a mark. I was such a mark for that shit. Hoovy is, like I said, wrestling maskless. The two exchanging moves, Disco hitting a side slam. Hoovy tries to go for a Faymaster type move, but messes up, and they just try to go for it again. So I was like, all right. Lariat to Hoovy, a long headlock to Juventud. Eventually, Disco evades Hoovy by moving out of the way of the ring. With Hoovy hits a crossbody to Disco on the outside. They both lay there for about 20 seconds, and thought someone was knocked out for a second. Because they were down for a good minute, and the camera's just on them, and nobody's moving. And I'm just like,
and the ref is even like, you guys,
yeah. So let's see. We have a helicopter spin to Juventud Guerrera. Disco falls to the outside. Oh, he falls. No, he falls onto Juventud Guerrera's nether regions as he falls down. Frankensteiner to Disco, spinning heel kick to Disco, modified bulldog to Disco, followed by a kick out. And then a pile driver, a pin, and a win for Disco Inferno.
What? Again, this match could have been on the Go Home show on Nitro.
Well, we didn't mention this, but this was a lead-in match. This was for a shot at the Cruiserweight title literally later tonight. Tonight. So this could have been, like you said, the Nitro before, 2 Nitros before, but no, it was tonight.
Same night.
The same exact night. So, okay, whatever. Now Disco has to wrestle twice. The match was a bit long. Like I said, it was, how long was it? Did I say it was? 9 minutes and 39 seconds.
Wow, 9 minutes is a bit long for you?
For this match, yes.
Okay.
That's the thing. It's not just like 10-minute matches are long, but this match I felt like it was a little long.
And it felt like the stakes weren't there.
I could have done this match if it was just a little
5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. We're taking off. 5 minutes taken off.
Oh, so 4 minutes. But now, see, you're relegating a pay-per-view match and turning it from 10 to something that could have been shown on regular TV a week before.
But the match never kicked into third gear, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like it was just like
get a chance to.
It was like, okay, move. Oh, it's over. It was never like, oh shit, Disco hit this great move. No, Disco has just been trying to cut weight. He's like being billed as the stronger guy because he's trying to cut weight to make the weight class, so he's stronger than everybody else. I'm like, no, Disco Inferno sucks.
Nitro break number 2. Nitro Girl break number 2.
Like I said before, people who ordered this pay-per-view live did not get to see the main event, and we have to sit here and watch the Nitro Girls again. Okay, no, that's fine. Literally, things you put on TV to attract ratings is on a paid service. You know what I mean?
You want your content. You don't want fillers like this. And this isn't. It's not just 2. There's more.
We have probably one of my favorite moments of the night. Scott Steiner comes out to the ring. Scott Steiner comes out to the ring, or not to the ring. They don't do promos in the ring. I forgot. They do them at the ramp or entranceway, which, by the way, is one of the coolest entrances in all of WCW history.
The pumpkin with the with the demon?
Yeah, the
smoke coming out of
the entire inflatable demon thing, or the ghoul, or whatever it is.
Yeah. And they totally kept it at the MGM because they've had multiple Halloween Havocs there.
Yeah.
So they just stage it here. Keep it here. We'll be back next year.
Scott Steiner comes out to cut a promo. He says, I'm standing here in Las Vegas, Nevada, the town that never sleeps. I'm up for 30 days, 30 nights. Oh, I'm throwing my voice out already. I fucked myself up. He says, with a freak on my left and a freak on my right, and one in a box. So being in Vegas is just another night for me. Let me say that again. God. He says, I have a freak on my left, a freak on my right, and one in a box. So being in Vegas is just another night for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to tell you, Big Papa Pump is in town and is ready to pound. Wait, isn't that exactly what his brother said earlier? Like his brother said like he said the hound is in the pound and he's going to town.
Well, he's talking about,
they wrote these promos together. That's what I think. They were just like, hey Rick, what do I say? Well, this is what I'm saying, Scott. All right, Rick, thanks.
Well, I'm in the dog pound, and you're going to pound.
Exactly. It's different. Yeah, it's different.
It's different but the same.
Different but the same. Yeah, different the same. So then he goes on. He says, this goes out to all the freaks out there. Big Papa Bump is the hookup. Holla if you hear me. And then he says, Marcus, I shoved you down in front of your mom, and I beat up my brother my entire life. So let's make this match interesting. Why don't you tag up with my brother, and I'm going to tag up. And he flubs his line and goes, I'm going to tag up with the largest arms in the world. I'm going to tag up with the largest man in the world. He points to the Giant. The Giant comes out. He says, because the NW does what they want when they want, and tonight they want to defend the World Tag Team titles. And then we have J.J. Dillon coming out, and he's just like, wait, you guys are going to defend the titles? Can I make this official? He says, yes. He also adds, okay, well, if Rick and Buff win, then Rick and Scott, you're going to fight for 15 minutes afterwards. They agree to the stipulation for some reason. I'm like, okay.
Scott Steiner did say it was his day off.
It wasn't his day off. He had a scheduled match against his brother.
I don't know why he said it was his day off.
Yeah, so then we get Fit Finley versus Alex Wright. Another... I popped for dancing gimmicks. I don't know why. I'm sitting there just like, yeah, okay, Alex Wright. And I love how Fit Finley has like that European like brawler hair where it's like really long on the top but like shaved on the sides.
Yeah.
Alex Wright, I guess, is the son of Steve Wright.
That's what they said. Yeah,
I didn't know he was a second generation wrestler. So
yeah, me neither. Until there, yeah. This just shows that that Eric Bischoff was a huge fan of Saturday Night Live because they had like a German dancer, like a nightclub gimmick going on there, like a bit on Saturday Night Live around the time. Funny.
And then eventually they go back and forth, and eventually I'm concerned because I think there's a bird loose in the fucking arena.
Really? It was Sting's vulture.
It was literally like, I can't even do the whistle. It was a bird whistle like throughout the match. I kept hearing, unless somebody's, I know there are people out there that know how to whistle very well and very loud, but I heard it like, there was a shot of the whole arena, like, and I heard like, whoop, like, things like that.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing something like that, yeah.
Both men tumble out of the ring. Finley evades a missile drop kick. Wright slams into the mat. We have a reverse neck breaker and a pin and win.
Hey, very technically sound match. There's just no heat for anyone.
No. So you're right. It was a fluid, technically sound match. It just wasn't that good.
Again, another match that could have been highlighted on Nitro.
Yeah, because it was just move, finish.
Mm-hmm. And I'm marked out at this point.
With the Cat and Lee Marshall backstage.
Ernest the Cat Miller. I haven't seen this guy in a long time.
So Ernest the Cat Miller's backstage with Lee Marshall. Again, at WCW. They're at WCW.com area. And you could just hear someone. Like, I'm like, okay, stop. Get the mic away from his fucking keyboard.
Yeah.
The Cat's trying to call himself the greatest. He said, you can't call yourself the greatest because somebody else calls himself the greatest. He goes, well... Call me the real deal then. He goes, can't call you the real deal either because, someone else calls himself the real deal. And so I was like, okay, Evander Holyfield and Muhammad Ali, right?
Right.
That's okay. That's who they're trying to reference. Someone from LA is calling me. That's weird. Sorry, I got thrown off there.
Ernest Cat Miller, the once karate instructor to Eric Bischoff's kids and Eric Bischoff.
Yes.
That's how he got his start in WCW.
Is it really? Wow. Then we have, we're told, a very specially added match for the night because we need to fill this card up tonight.
Because we don't have enough matches that could have been on Nitro.
Lodi versus Saturn. And, oh boy, Saturn.
S&M Saturn?
Are you familiar with the Folsom Street Fair? I mean, I know you are.
Saturn is.
Apparently Saturn is. So the Folsom Street Fair is a very kink-friendly street fair that used to happen before coronavirus. Every year you go out and it's pro-sex and pro-leather, and it's very, as the Germans would say, it's very kinky, as Alex Wright would probably say. But damn, Saturn comes out looking like he is ready. Like he has his leather hat on, like his leather commander's hat. He has.
You see how they try to explain it?
What? No.
It was in either he was or he has family members who are Army Rangers, so he's wearing that in dedication to the Army Rangers.
And some of his family members are dominatrixes, and he's wearing the leather chainmail to represent that. Okay. No, it's funny because I was looking at him and I was just like what is this? Like why? Okay, like he looked like a G.I. Joe character that when they you know when they had special edition toys, like this is special neon goop, like where it'd come with like some neon goo or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And they would glow in the dark. That's what he looked like. He looked like those trunks should glow in the dark, but they're not wrestling in the dark. So why would you get trunks that glow in the dark?
Well, he switched to pants. He used to wear trunks. Remember that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would you get the pants? Like, I
Yeah.
think he looked good. Like, he had a look.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. Lodi runs over to the security guard, who I believe the security guard accidentally grabbed his signs and started to walk away with them because maybe they thought that somebody dropped them from the fans. But it was weird because like house security grabbed them and started walking away. Every time Saturn would go for a move, Lodi would run away. DVD.
Do you even know why they're fighting?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Because in Raven's flock, Saturn was trying to leave, and eventually he did leave, and he became Lodi's slave. That's the exact wording they used on the show. So he got away from being Lodi's slave, and now he has some pent up aggression.
Yeah, see, the kink lifestyle has been very predominant.
Which hey, to each their own. But fuck Saturn. I will say this: the match was shit. Saturn is so good though. He was fucking good. Yeah. He was precise. He would hit these like leg sweeps. Every move he hit was precise. I was like, Jesus Christ, man! I wish he had someone better to work with than Lodi. So
yeah,
it's okay. He'll get the gimmick of Moppy one day.
Oh my god! And in ECW, he was tagging with somebody that escapes my memory right now, but they were an awesome tag team.
Yeah. Then we get the WCW Cruiserweight title. Remember, this is the same title. I think this is the same title, the same lineage right now in NXT, being held by two different men in two different continents.
Oh, you forgot Nitro Girl Break number 3.
Yes, I did. Again. No, I'm kidding. I've said it enough. Kidman has control early.
Hold on.
What?
This cruiserweight division is hot. Why? Because Kidman is still only 24 years old. Ray and Hoovy are 23. And Disco Inferno is 35? 40?
Is he? I don't know.
I don't know. He's
probably in his late 20s, early 30s.
He's the elder spokesman of the cruiserweight division at this point.
Kidman has control early. Disco tries to keep up with Kidman, but Kidman keeps fighting out of all these different holds. Swinging leg scissor takedown to Disco Inferno from the outside to the inside, which looked pretty cool. Nasty bulldog to Disco on the floor. Disco dodges a body splash. Eventually, Kidman hits a shooting star press, a pin in the win. And I couldn't get into this match, man.
Okay, I have the complete opposite opinion.
Yeah, I know.
I thought Disco was awesome in this match with Kidman. I think they paired well. There was good chemistry. They had good flow, good synergy.
I should have went back and rewatched this because it was during my lunch break when I was at work. So you know what I mean?
And it was a satisfying finish. Like you were kind of rooting for Disco because he had his, moments where he could have won, and it shows his cockiness when he refused to make pins.
I think I would have rooted for Disco if if I didn't see him wrestle already tonight.
Yeah,
totally. You know what I mean? If I was just hot, just coming out, Disco Fever, I would have been like, come on, Disco, but I'm like, okay, if I can just play your music and get out of here, let's fucking go.
See, I had the advantage of watching up until Nitro Girl Break 3 or something, right?
Okay.
And then
you went back. Okay.
Then I came back and it's like if I saw Monday Nitro first and then I saw this on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So I really felt this match.
So, like I just said, that was a point of the show. Like they could have had the Disco Inferno match with Juventud on Nitro, maybe as a tournament, and then built to this on the pay-per-view. No need to have both matches on the same night. Next up, Jesus Christ, the exact same thing. Scott Steiner and the Giant versus Rick Steiner and Buff Bagwell.
And you know what, Giant? Show some respect for the ring and do not flick that cigarette in the ring. Put it out first or something. This is the grossest thing ever.
He's just like I said, he walks to the ring and all of a sudden he has like half-smoked cigarette, at ringside. And I'm just like, okay. Buff tells Scott to suck it. Giant and Rick start the match. NWO are isolating Rick Steiner. Buff is just working up the crowd, trying to cheer on Rick. Rick gets Scott down. And then Bagwell, he says, no, tag me in. I want in on this match. And Rick's probably like, I could win the titles right here, dude. You want in?
Yeah.
Okay. So he goes and tags Buff Bagwell in. Buff and Rick Steiner try to do a double like clothesline to Scott, but Scott evades, and then Buff Bagwell just kicks Rick in the gut. And
Isn't that automatic DQ?
you would think. I mean,
Yeah.
no, technically not. I mean, I've seen partners turn and turn. You know what I mean?
left.
Turn on
Yeah.
and just leave, and the match still goes on. So it's not an outside person. So no, it's technically not a DQ.
Yeah, but you're still getting involved to change the outcome of a match. I don't know. It's just me.
So Buff and Scott begin to double team on, or they all triple team Rick for a second. Buff just leaves. Buff's like, all right, later, thank you, and
Well,
the match continues.
He has to do an outfit change.
Jesus, yeah. Buff leaves the ring area. The heels are isolating Rick. Giant gets on the turnbuckle. Scott is holding Rick. Rick Steiner then moves out of the way. Giant hits a missile dropkick to Scott Steiner.
Oh my god, that dude! I was fearful for that.
Well, because Giant gets on the turnbuckle and Scott's just holding Rick you all right up there?
Yeah.
All
he
right.
kept shifting his feet.
Yeah.
To the post. He my left foot should be on the post.
he
No,
almost
I don't
slipped,
feel
yeah.
comfortable. My right foot's on the post. No, I don't feel comfortable. Oh my god, I'm gonna fall.
So he hits a missile dropkick to Scott Steiner. Bulldog to the Giant by Rick, and the pin and the win. So
And
new tag team champions. Technically, it's Rick Steiner alone. In WWE, I think honestly, I'm not trying to be like it's not fair to Buff Bagwell, but it kind of isn't. You know what I mean? I think in any other situation, you would have seen these two people would have been named the tag team, and Rick Steiner can't just go and give the belt to the other belt to somebody else. You know what I mean? I think there could have been some sort of Buff Bagwell who's like, no, I want my title. That's my title now. You know?
Yeah, winner picks his partner.
Exactly. See, that would have been a good storyline, but no. This was an okay match. Buff played the liar. He played the liar very well. I will say that.
Yeah.
After the match, Scott tries to leave, but no, because we have not a 15-minute, but a 5-minute and 10-second match between Scott Steiner and Rick Steiner. And the crowd is just fucking dead at this point because
they're oh god,
how can you be excited for just this match just finished and you're all, oh god, now it's no, you're supposed to be excited again. Go. It's no, I got to go to the bathroom. I saw a title change.
You could have totally done, the tag team match on Monday, or I don't know, it was just a cluster.
Or not do it at all.
Yeah. And just go as planned, because the plan was Rick and Scott, right?
The plan was just Rick and Scott. So the beginning of this match, Scott just hits a low blow to Rick, in front of the referee.
And this was 2 low blows, because there was a low blow during the tag match.
Like I said, the fans are dead. Seeing that, at this point, though, someone dressed as Bill Clinton runs into the ring.
Bill Clinton here,
and
buff Bill Clinton,
and hits Rick with a slapjack, which I don't even fucking.
That was the worst.
What is a slapjack? Is it an actual thing? It was some padding thing.
You know what? I don't know. I'm not from the Midwest. Harlem Heat is.
If you at home know what a slapjack is, please let us know in the comments.
Yeah, Harlem Heat is originally from Texas, but they're booked from Chicago.
Harlem Heat? What are you talking about?
But their name is Harlem Heat, so they're from New York. Where? What?
Oh,
so somewhere along their travels.
Well, no. This is Bill Clinton. This is Bill Clinton handing.
Yeah, but he got that slapjack from Stevie Ray.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Okay. The man reveals himself to be Buff Bagwell. Literally, we were done with this. Buff Bagwell already had the turn, and you want him to be a surprise again?
Yeah.
If I was at that pay-per-view, I would have been can I get nachos?
Yeah. I wonder who was the booker at the time. Was it Kevin Nash?
I think it was Eric Bischoff.
And Nash, right?
I don't
because Nash is the one that booked the end of the streak.
Probably. I mean, I don't know, honestly.
You know what would be a cool idea, Buff? Get a Bill Clinton mask.
I mean, that would have been fine if that would have just happened without the turn earlier in the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If
he took the mask off really fast.
You're right. They could have just done the tag team match on Nitro, and then had Buff. Oh, Buff turned on him, but he's still a tag team champion. But then, who is this coming out? Dressed like Bill Clinton. Oh, Buff Bagwell. God darn it.
He's back again.
Scott and Bagwell. Let's see, where am I? Rick knocks down Buff and then hits the Bulldog on Scott. A ref runs down for the count. This match sucked. It was pin in the win. It was convoluted.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a botch on that.
Well, because the slapjack thing happened in front of the ref too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So this match sucked. It was convoluted ending. They had, yeah.
Okay. Well, on to brighter things. We get a Scott Hall recap of him being a complete drunk.
Yeah, I'm drunk. Yeah. Literally, I mean, I wonder who copied and pasted this from who, because they literally have the exact same angle happening on WWE at this moment with Hawk, right?
Like he's recovering, I think, right? Hawk is in recovery.
Yeah, Scott's
trying to recover.
And Scott's just, I'm just drunk. So this, which is really sad because you see him, he really does have a problem with alcohol, and you see him go fight back and forth. I think just. Hope you get some help, buddy. This match came to like I said, when the Hall started drinking and turned on Kevin Nash and left the NWO Wolfpack. Hall comes to the ring apparently inebriated. Hall then throws the drink of a very clear looking liquid into
is it vodka or is it water? I bet it
exactly.
was water.
They battle on the outside. Hall uses a microphone as a weapon and opens Nash up. He begins to choke him with a cable. This is all in front of the ref, by the way. The ref's not knocked out. The ref's just like, come on, get in the ring.
Well, I don't know if the bell for the match officially started.
It did. No, no. I don't think it ever officially started. Like, the bell never officially rang.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So all that refereeing that he did in the middle, that meant nothing?
I guess the whole match didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there. Medical staff is checking on Nash. Hall gets the mic and tells Nash, go back to the locker room because I'm done with you. And Nash then gets in the ring. Hall begins to beat down on Nash. Nash isn't fighting back for some reason.
Hey. Nash is bumping like crazy for Scott Hall. Like crazy. I've never seen him so energetic.
Let's see. Nash whips Hall and hits him with a side slam. Hall evades the jackknife powerbomb. Nash begins to unload on Hall like a kid playing a wrestling video game for the first time. He just keeps hitting knee after knee after knee after fucking knee to Scott Hall.
You know what's gross about that? Where he was like, how about another one? Just you want a double? How about a double?
Let's do a double, referring to a double shot of alcohol. Nash picks up Hall. When Hall has no fight in him, Nash whips Hall, hits him with a big boot, jackknife powerbomb. Hall literally falls right on his head.
Dude, that first one was insane. It didn't look good.
Yeah, no. Nash signals to the crowd he wants to go for this is when he says the double thing. Hits another jackknife powerbomb, and
this time he waited till Scott Hall did a sit up, and he felt his chest hit his forehead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Nash just leaves. The ref is like, you can make the count. You could win the match. And Nash didn't want to win the match. He just wanted to beat up on his former friend. Just beat some sense into him. But
yeah, that's how you help your friend. Kick his ass
and give him the win.
Yeah.
It made no sense. Like I literally felt like that 14 minutes and 19 seconds match meant nothing because Nash didn't care about the match. The referee didn't care about the match. I don't think the bell even rang. So why care? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but it doesn't continue anything.
No.
And it doesn't end anything.
It continues the storyline because Hall's going to be like, hey, yo, I won. Hey, yo. And it's dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. More dumb. There's more Nitro Girls. I'm tired of this.
This is number 4. Nitro Girls.
This is the only time I will tell half-naked people to get off my TV. I'm like, please, Nitro Girls, can you please get off my TV? I'm done with this. And then we get a matchup that we never thought we would see happen. This is Sting versus
Lucifer Sting.
Oh, the NWO red and black Sting.
And then that goatee that he's rocking.
You know what? I will say this. My favorite looking Sting.
Ooh.
So maybe it's because that's when it was like the height of when I watched wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, always my favorite thing. I never got, though, like looking back, why did Sting join the NWO? Like Sting was like this like crow-like character where he's like, I watch over WCW. I bring vengeance. And now all of a sudden he's like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with those guys who listen to hip-hop music.
Yeah, I think it was an
For some
anti-Hogan thing.
Maybe.
I'm going to join the crew that's against Hogan. I
Yeah.
think that's what it was.
But Sting just like, yeah, he had this new like just feel about him. You know what I mean? A new.
Yeah, like he's cool. He's cool again.
Yeah.
Sting was always able to find a way to be cool again until he lost his hair.
Bret Hart versus Sting. It's the match of the Scorpion Deathlock versus the Sharpshooter. Which devastating maneuver would win?
I always liked the Deathlock better.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
No. The way Bret does it is using his left leg over.
Yeah.
And Sting uses his right leg over, which just it feels more comfortable to me, and it's visually more appealing.
Have you ever been put in a Sharpshooter?
Oh yeah, and I put several on. I got a little brother.
It hurts like fucking hell, dude.
Yeah.
Oh god. Bret evading Sting at every turn. Bret, I love how these guys are just talking trash to the fans. They just go, they're like old school wrestlers. They're just going to the fans at ringside, just like, but they're extending the match out though, and that pissed me off.
Okay, but like, Bret's the best at this.
He is. Sting takes it to Bret with a series of strikes. Bret hits a DDT. Builds the heat on Sting. Sting fights back and applies a Scorpion Deathlock on Bret, but Bret gets the ropes
right away.
Yeah, Bret, there's a point where Bret falls after a leapfrog attempt, and they're like, oh no, did he hurt his leg? But no, Bret is just working us all and pulls out the brass knucks. Bret drops the knucks. Sting picks him up, goes for a strike, but the ref, out of everything, like wants to stop Sting. You can't do that. You can't do that. Why? The entire night, there was just so many moments where people could have been...
Weren't you the same ref that was here when the slapjack was brought in?
Thank you. I think it was. So the ref stops him, but Bret low blows Sting during this.
Oh my God, low blow number 18.
Hart begins to build the heat on Sting again. Then we get a ref bump. The ref, Billy Silverman, goes to check on Sting, but as he's coming in the ring, and Sting just strikes him, just like he's getting checked. He's ugh. I'm just like, Sting. First off, Sting. If you're going to do that, if that was Bret Hart, why are you just going to go, ugh, oh God. You know what I mean? Like,
he was recuperating. Give him
no. Again, if you face your opponent when you hit them.
Yeah, turn around.
And then all of a sudden, since the ref is down, Bret just says, fuck it, and hits a leg drop on the ref for good measure.
Moment of the night by far.
Which I loved.
I laughed out loud in the middle of the night, woke up kids. Yeah. Oh my God, dude, that was a great moment.
Sting punches Bret in the dick on the top of the turnbuckle. Like it's not even a low blow. He just literally like, bam, like it was a jab to the dick. Stinger splash to it was superplex to Bret. They fall onto the ref's legs, which I felt bad for the ref. Stinger splash to Bret, but he overshot it, and that was supposed to happen.
Weird.
And he hit his head on the turnbuckle. Sting is draped over the top rope. That's when Bret goes for the baseball bat and begins to beat down on Sting. Bret revives the ref, applies the sharpshooter, and Bret wins by technical submission.
What could have been a great match has been
foiled by WCW booking.
Yeah.
But no, foiled by late 90s WCW booking. Let me reiterate.
Yeah, totally.
That.
I'm telling you, Kevin Nash is behind this. If Bret had booked this with Sting alone, they would have figured it out and made it an amazing match.
This match was a mess. It was overbooked. It wasn't horrible, but
you're in for a big surprise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. After the match, Billy Silverman calls for the medical attention on the EMTs to get Sting out of there. And Sting is
it takes forever, right?
Yeah. Literally. I'm like, all this stuff, all this bullshit. You know what I mean? You guys had 3 hours. 3 fucking hours. And you guys didn't have to start the match until about 12 minutes and X amount of seconds. You know what I mean?
All the fat you could have trimmed.
Man, if I bought that steak, I would. Well, the fat's tasty, but you know what I mean. This is not tasty fat.
Yeah.
And then we have a lot more non-tasty fat. Hollywood Hogan. I don't know why I said Hollywood Hogan, not Hollywood Hogan. I don't know why. Hollywood Hogan. That should have been a character from at one point. I am Hollywood Hogan. And like, no, you're a heel. You're an asshole. Yeah. Versus the Warrior. This match got about 14 minutes and 18 seconds.
Wow. No wonder it felt like a lifetime.
So Nick Patrick is the ref in this match. And I think this is pre-Nick Patrick joining the NWO, or is this post?
I think it's pre.
Okay.
No, it's post.
Okay. Of course, Warrior and Hogan.
That was earlier. That was early NWO when they had sold out, the first sold out.
Oh, you're right. They're stalling the beginning of this match just by having a
but
pose
Hogan
off.
has done that all his life.
What, the pose off?
Yeah.
I know, but with everything in the show, it must be pointed out that we have another stalling of the show.
Yeah. And he does that thing where, he walks around the ring. As like Bret Hart did it masterfully when he walked in the ring, jumped out, walked in, jumped out. The way Hogan does is just like, come on, dude. You're just exposing your flaws.
Warrior strikes Hogan down. These two are wrestling like it's 1989. Warrior then challenges Hogan to a test of... Yeah, we got a boring chant.
Ooh.
We got a boring chant. That was... It really proved to me that in this day and age, the wrestling fans watch WCW. Because you get chants, actual chants like that in WCW, whereas in WWE, you didn't get like really good chants. Like you would eventually start getting like Austin, like you just get Austin.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get like boring chants or this match sucks.
Yeah.
Like
and
that.
the "you fucked up" chant bled from ECW into WCW.
Yeah.
You didn't really see it in WWE.
Hogan beats Warrior into the corner. Hogan then gets Warrior on his knees for the... Warrior challenges Hogan to a test of strength. He's like, let's do the test of strength. And Hogan's
back
like...
in 88.
Yeah, and Hogan just beats Warrior into the corner, gets him on his knees. And then he's like, okay, then we'll do the test of strength for 2 minutes. Mike Tenay. I love Mike Tenay. He goes, this match, this is for Las Vegas and the MGM Grand. What?
And not the TV viewer?
This match was for the entire city?
Yeah.
Like, you win the city if you win this match?
You get the key to the city if you win.
And the MGM Grand. So you own a fucking... Okay, I would... Actually, I would not have loved to see a Warrior run casino because it probably wouldn't... they probably wouldn't allow a lot of people in. Let's be frank.
Oh, yeah.
The guy was a racist and homophobic.
Half the population, yeah.
Yeah. So I would rather see a Hogan casino, I guess, at that point.
It's a hard choice. It's
I think Hogan
choice.
was the less racist out of the both of them.
Hey, he at least wants to see somebody that has money.
Given the evidence that I've seen, I would say Hogan was the less racist. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to speak. Will, if anyone takes offense to that, I know Warrior's past. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just go search his name on YouTube and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like that Warrior Award, it gives it new meaning.
Yeah. We get another ref bump, 2 matches in a row, where Warrior evades a shoulder block and Hogan strikes. He just goes and strikes Nick Patrick down and then hits him with a knee for good measure. 2 matches in a row. Literally copied the exact same spot that Bret Hart did.
Yeah.
From another member. Well, I guess Bret Hart wasn't in the NWO officially. He was just like...
he was like a tag-along kind of. Like if I'm not going to be your leader, but I'll hang out with you guys.
Yeah. Hogan then calls down the Giant, and Warrior evades a big boot. Giant then knocks Hogan down, which was another copy and paste from the same spot earlier in the night. Warrior fights off Vincent and Stevie Ray. Warrior goes for a pin, but he forgets the ref was down. I don't know. I don't know why he went for the pin. The ref was just knocked out. The ref is up.
You know why? Is to verify that he got the pin and the 3 count on Hogan. Because he covered him, then he counted himself. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, I guess. Yeah.
Where's the ref?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, he's over there.
So the ref is up. Hogan begins to use his weight belt as a weapon. There's a really weird spot when Hogan is trying to roll... when Warrior is trying to roll out of the ring to his right. He starts to roll out of the ring, and then he stops and then rolls all the way to the other side of the ring to his left.
And they were like, "Oh, look how
And
smart
Hogan Hogan tripped up on him, and they were like, "That was a unique maneuver where he roll. It was a rolling block. Yeah, it was a rolling block. Oh my goodness, it was very smart of Warrior.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Fucking Shivani and Heenan were just like,
Mm-hmm. He was out. Why did he go across the? Oh my God.
Warrior rips the belt away from Hogan, whips Hogan with the belt. Hogan tries to, and then Hogan pulls a fucking sandwich bag out of his tights.
Yeah.
You see some papers and you see a lighter and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh my God, he's gonna smoke a joint in the rain.
I literally thought, I was like, is this fool about to roll a joint? Be like, Warrior, stop.
How you like this?
Let's just smoke.
I know your weakness.
And then I don't know. I was just, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, Hogan lights it, and it's like supposed to be a fireball.
Yeah, like in the mid '80s, the fireball was very popular in WCW, NWA, AWA. They used this all. They would use this all the time, but the people that did it knew how to pull it off, and that fireball would look amazing.
And I'm sure they didn't have a camera zoom in on a fucking sandwich bag and a lighter. Like you literally saw Hogan pull a miniature sandwich bag out of his tights, take it out, and try to light it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say this was more of a failure than X-Pac trying to cut Jeff Jarrett's hair after their SummerSlam.
Oh
match.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because this was the finish,
and that was a huge
fireball.
failure.
The fireball to the end, and this was barely a matchstick.
Yeah, Hogan is busted open for some reason.
Because he cuts himself off.
And gives Warrior a blatant low blow in front of the ref. Leg drop, pin, win. Leg drop, Warrior evades the leg drop. God, there's more to this match.
Yeah, there is. And this is where Eric Bischoff calls an audible.
You think?
Horace, get out there with a chair.
Well, why would they have done that?
I don't think that's part of the match. I think the finish was fireball, pin, win, we go home.
I should have listened to 83 weeks on this, but I'll listen afterwards and I'll text you. But okay. Bischoff follows down. You're right with Horace. Or Horace comes down first, and then Bischoff's behind him. Horace has a chair in his hand, and he just strikes Warrior in the back, and Hogan gets the pin. And yeah, this match fucking sucked.
I just give props to Eric Bischoff. I know for a fact no, it's not fact. It's in my head, but I'm pretty sure that he called that audible and was like, Horace, get out there, come with me, hit that guy in the back, and that's how we're gonna finish this match. And it makes sense because when they beat him up, they're testing his loyalty, and this is how he gains the trust of Hogan back.
Well, yeah, but then to me, it seemed like they planned it then. You know what I mean? Like that seemed like the planned finish then.
Then the fireball was clearly a botch.
Yes. Well, yeah, absolutely.
So
but it was Halloween Hell, so it had to be some goofy shit.
Yeah. So are we guessing that Warrior kicks out of the fireball?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't even think they knew.
Yeah, we're overanalyzing.
So this match was just one step above a Mongo McMichael match because it was bad. Overbooked to the moon, literally copied every spot from earlier in the night, and it was a sloppy as fuck match. The only reason this match happened was so Hogan can get his win back against the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I never, ever, 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 ever have to watch this match ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after the match, Warrior...
Oh, wait, there wasn't a Nitro Girl break?
Well,
oh, my God.
Well, hold on. Horace then covers Ultimate Warrior in lighter fluid.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know what is going on, but then Doug Dillinger, who is just literally, how would you describe Doug Dillinger? He's like J&J Security, but without any talking roles on. Like, you would just see him. Like, when Finley runs down and after, someone gets hurt, in
or
IRL.
Johnny Mercury.
Yeah, or Joey Mercury. Joey Mercury, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Comes out, and checks on somebody after they get beat up really bad. Doug Dillinger is like that, but he stops them from
lighting
Warrior
on fire. Yeah.
And to me, I wonder if this was just oh my goodness. Oh, No, I got scared for a second. Sorry. I thought I lost my notes for the main event.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, Doug Dillinger,
I thought you were in shock over them pouring
No.
kerosene on top of the Warrior.
Doug Dillinger, a guy he just shocks me. He should be the new Shockmaster.
So, Horace, you make me sick.
Horace. No. Yeah, so I want to stop talking about this match now.
Okay, we're done.
Let's go to the main event because it was by far my favorite match of the fucking night.
Match of the night. Was it worth it? Probably not, but now that we're here,
literally
loved every bit of this.
Every second of this was fucking great because I mean they could have put on anything after this, and they could have probably put on Southern Justice versus the New Age Outlaws, and I would have loved it. But it wasn't. It was DDP versus Goldberg for the world, or sorry, as Michael Buffer said, the WCW NWO World Heavyweight title. So technically, it was the NWO had
they had stake in the world title. Yeah.
Okay. But I will say, I'm going to say this because Michael Buffer makes this match sound like a main event. It makes it sound like an actual sporting event. He lists, he does his, "Are you ready to rumble?" And then he starts listing off all the doctors involved in this match, all the athletic commissioners, the Nevada State athletic commissioners, just like you would do
a boxing match
in a boxing match or an MMA fight nowadays in Vegas. You know what I mean? I think this needs to be done more often. Things like this. And I think, honestly, AEW can do it. Justin Roberts would be, he's really good at bringing that Michael Buffer feel and that main event feel to every single match. So
every time there's a title on the line, they should do this.
Yeah. DDP comes out to the ring. He's giving me total like John Moxley vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he comes out to the ring, he's walking through the fans, he's just like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
He comes out.
I think he came out through the
Well, he came out from the stage and then he went through the crowd.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Goldberg comes out, and I love all these long Goldberg entrances, but like I said,
he headbutted that door because you saw that thing shake.
Well, they pointed out, they go, they knocked that door open.
Yeah.
Remember that time Goldberg hit his head on on the door?
Came out bleeding.
He busted his head open. Like I think he gave himself a concussion.
Yeah. He came out bleeding, and then he tried to do his thing.
Goldberg did a few things in WCW that were like, oh, he shouldn't have done that. Like when he when he punched that window too, and like cut his arm open.
Yeah, he had like 16 stitches or something crazy. Yeah.
But Goldberg has the longest walk to the ring. Like he's literally walking from 2 stadiums away.
Yeah. And why all the security?
Yeah. What's up?
Why all the security?
Well,
Isn't he Goldberg?
He's the world champion. You got to protect your champion, which, I don't like cops. I will say that. I'm not a huge fan of police officers. If you're a police officer and you watch the show, thank you, but not a big fan of police in general. Yeah. You might be a great person for watching the show, but check yourself.
Okay, so didn't DDP get Goldberg involved in wrestling? Isn't he the one that brought the then Bill Goldberg to Eric Bischoff and
what?
WCW sex?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, look, I think I remember something like that. I think DDP was the reason why he's there. Yeah. And if they're buddies from even before wrestling, then this is a good reason why Goldberg worked very well with DDP, because he had ultimate respect for the guy.
Yeah, so this match came to because DDP won the not War Games, but the World War III match.
Oh, I thought it was War Games.
Was it War Games?
I thought it was.
Okay.
But I might be wrong. They said it on the pay-per-view, but
at Fall Brawl. I thought it was like World War III.
It might have been, yeah.
I could be wrong. That might be the next pay-per-view. Let's see. They go back and forth. DDP locks up with Goldberg multiple times, with Goldberg just keeps throwing DDP into the corner.
And he sells like a champion.
They tumble to the outside. For a minute, though, they had legit heat with each other. I felt like the ref actually was like, yo.
Chill out.
Chill out.
No, you know what? I think it's the butterflies in the tummy.
That could be.
Got into Goldberg. He was like, oh, I'm feeling this one.
DDP evades the spear, where Goldberg running straight into the post. Flying lariat to Goldberg. DDP hits a really nice one-arm DDT to Goldberg coming off the ropes. DDP then signals for the Diamond Cutter, but we get a spear to Dallas. Goldberg still working on the shoulder, or because he's working the shoulder injury from when he ran into the post.
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg can't get DDP up for the jackhammer. He barely gets him up, though, and DDP reverses into a diamond cutter.
Oh, my God.
Everyone was down. Both men down. He eventually covers Goldberg. He kicks out after 2. Goldberg then reverses a suplex. Barely gets DDP up, though. He does get the jackhammer with the pin and the win. This wasn't the most technically sound match, but the build was really good. It was treated like a main event. I'm surprised that Warrior and Hogan didn't main event the show, but
I'm so glad they didn't.
You know what? The world title needs the main event every show. The world title match, I don't care. If you have a feud that is bigger than the world title, then I think you're messing up. Yeah. I honestly do. I think if you have a feud that is right before the main event and like you're trying to build the whole show around that match, because like I barely remembered that this match was happening. Like when we got to Warrior and Hogan, I was like, "Oh, the main event! Fucking finally, it's gonna be over with." And you know what I mean? But no, like Diamond Dallas Page versus Goldberg, which was a great match. It was good. The build was good. It was treated like a main event. It was fun, and you're not doing Halloween Havoc justice if it's not fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So watch Jericho if you're at home and you're keeping score and you want to watch this pay-per-view and enjoy it.
It was an Oreo of a show.
Yeah. Trick or treats.
You know, and
so watch,
because my favorite part of an Oreo is the cookie.
Yeah. So I like the cream and the cookie together. I like it all. So watch Jericho Raven.
Yes.
Watch Disco Kidman. Yeah. Watch Goldberg and DDP.
Yes, very much so.
Just that.
And watch Scott Steiner's promo.
And watch Scott Steiner's promo. And if you like Nitro Girls, watch them dance.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. And if you're in a mood for complete fuckery, go ahead and watch Hogan Warrior on a night by itself, so there's no context to this pay-per-view at all.
Yeah, because it was so bad.
I
think Warrior was pretty much done in WCW after this, right?
Yeah, I think so. Or he may have come out. Warrior may have come out one time and lost at the next pay-per-view or something. But
I don't even think it was on a pay-per-view.
Warrior got owned in WCW.
That's what he was there to do. He's there to do the job.
Yeah.
So, well, I think
make the paycheck.
Yeah, that was WCW Halloween Havoc, 1998, and well, thank you for sticking in this long. I mean, a guy barely did.
Yeah, we both were being tortured all week. Hey, how far did you get? This far. How far did you get? This far. You done? Not yet.
Not yet. Well, guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't watched what WWE counter-programmed this show with, the Sunday Night Heat episode number 13, 14, I can't remember which one it was.
Let's just keep it to dates now.
Yeah, happened on October 25th, 1998. Go check that out, our review of that. And that about does it here for us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe at City Wrestling Radio and at CWR415 on Twitter. And we'll see you later. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Oh, wait, I was going to sing my song. Yeah. Don't turn around on the pack of wolves. Then it's the Royal T3 version. Don't turn around because they're a bunch of wolves. Yeah. Watch out, Jimmy Hart. I'm coming for that. All right. See you guys later. Bye.